see something? Say something.
War to the hilt between communism and capitalism is inevitable. But today we are too weak to strike. Our day will come in 30 or 40 years, but first we must lull the capitalist nations to sleep with the greatest overtures of peace and disarmament known throughout history. And then when their guard is dropped, we will smash them with our clenched fists. That speech has been echoing in my head since I was 6 years old. I don't know what posters most 6-year-olds had on their wall in the 80s, but I had a poster with that quote and all things Russian. My dad was a Russian linguist for the US Army and later for the NSA, and that gave me a very unhealthy fear of the Red Army. In my early childhood, we were stationed in Germany, and my friends and I would spend hours pretending that Red Dawn was real, because there was a real fear that one day you'd wake up and a T-90 would be rolling down the street. When I was 7 or 8, my grandparents came over for a visit to do the normal tourist things, and while they were there, we went to Berlin. This was in the early 80s when the Berlin Wall was tall and the Cold War was hot. Back in those days, you had to go through different checkpoints as you drove through Germany to Berlin, and I remember seeing the Russian guards for the first time and being terrified because now I had a face to put with this entity that I was so afraid of. Now that I'm older, I look back and I realize that trip I learned 2 of the most important life lessons I could have ever learned, but I didn't learn them until very recently. But I want to do a video on those separately because they're pretty interesting, and I've been told that nobody wants to listen to me for more than 5 minutes, so I will try to keep to that. I guess the point I want to make in this video is that I feel like I've been on this red pill journey for a long time. I don't even know why they call that a red pill, because it's not like a pill. It doesn't just automatically bling and you know what's going on. You have to dig through the butt cracks of the universe to find out some things, and it just keeps going and going and going. I'm 100% convinced that there is no end to the amount of things that you can uncover, unravel, blow your mind with. It just never stops. But inevitably there comes a point where you come to a fundamental understanding that is pretty basic. It's good versus evil, and it's real, and it's legit. And once you get there, like, you become calm. Like, you no longer fear everything that can happen to you. You also realize that there's not exactly much you're going to be able to do about anything. So the best thing you can do is just prepare and try and take care of your family, because something is going to happen. You need to prepare yourself physically and mentally and spiritually, and in the end you'll be okay, and whatever happens, happens, and you kind of have a realization that this world is just an experience, and like I said in my other video, just let life happen. But I'm in no way saying like it's pointless to keep learning and discovering. I think we all should keep going. It's amazing. What I'm trying to say is that we need to take the fear out of what we learn, because the more power that we give it, the worse the world becomes. And I look at these people in these beautiful cities of Russia, and I think about what they're thinking about us. They're probably just as scared. Because in all honesty, I think that there's a very small group of people that keep the hate and fear pumping through the world. And maybe the more we share things about ourselves, we'll find more things in common, and we'll be able to see past all the things that are so fake in front of us. No matter how dark the road gets, I'm so grateful that I can still see the beautiful things that were put here by God for all of us to enjoy. I hope you guys can see it too, and you don't feed the trolls your fears. Anyways, always love. Peace.